Hello, welcome, what's good? Tone here, ready for a fresh slice and dice run here. Yes, another day, another slice and dice run. And we are going to be continuing playing on Classic and Unfair because A, it's just my favorite game mode at the moment. I think it's just wonderfully challenging and reasonably balanced and fun to play. And also, I have an ongoing streak here, so why would we mix it up? So let's open this up and take a look at our curses. But before I begin, I would like to remind everybody that if you would like to support this channel and my other work, you can do so over at patreon.com/tonehack. So feel free to take a look at that if you would like to show some support. With that out of the way, let's start this run here. We have our curse selection here, one of the most important things that we will do during an unfair run, and I'm immediately not liking the looks of this because adding snipers, snakes, this is a pretty nasty sandstorm. Stone monsters is apparently okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I don't think I've played it before. I can work with mana and stitch, but that's only a few points. What is slippery dice again? I always mix this up in heavy. Cannot lock more than one dice at a time. Yeah, I don't like that. I think I played this with the one that lets you lock 2 dice at a time or something. I'm like leaning like immediately towards reroll, but let's see what we might actually look at here. I could see snakes for 11 to 20 being okay. Sniper every floor is nasty because this guy will just one-shot one of our heroes. I don't really have a way to do anything about that. So yeah, we're gonna skip snipers here. Snake on floors 11 to 20. Alright, let's take a look at balancing mode and see what our floors 11 through 20 typically look like. So this gives us a cut of some of the most common floors on floor 11. Thing is, these floors are pretty tough to begin with. Like, these don't look terrible, but like with the state of your party, these can be pretty nasty. Lots of spikers, which can be pretty nasty, especially if you're taking like cantrip heroes and stuff. The snake is 5 health. I'm not really feeling the snake. For 11 to 20. Because I think it would have to be like stone monsters, snake, stitch mana. That means up until floor 11 we just have to deal with stone monsters, stitch, and less mana storage. The squad kind of sucks too. I'm down to reroll this. I just know that rerolling it can be risky because you can get like some pretty bad setups. And this probably isn't terrible, but between the squad and this, I feel like we do better usually. Stone monsters makes it so like basically like this archer is always going to take 2 hits to kill. It's pretty annoying early. Oh, this sounds brutal for thorns. Never considered that. I'm gonna reroll this. I'm seeing a 10, which usually bodes poorly. Our squad looks incredible. Cultist, Splint, Hoarder, Lost, I think are among my favorites for those colors. I think Alloy's probably pretty solid. I'd have to take a look at the other ones. Okay, Hero Exert. Replace all sides with blanks. Or no, that's what exert does. It puts exert on everyone, so we can only act every other turn. I don't even know how you get through the first couple levels with this. Maybe if you have initiate, you can take hero exert. And then you just replace everyone's X's with mana sides. Is that the only case where this might work? You play Gather, replace blank sides with +2 mana. Of course you need to generate 2 mana somehow. Which means you need a red that reliably generates mana, because the initiate's only going to be able to go to get one until they roll into exert. So like initiate and splint, or like healer. I guess all these kind of make that work. I wonder if that's viable. Now we don't have that, so it's a moot point, but I think that might be the only time you can even consider that. And I still don't think it's that even, like, not even that good. And it's really swingy, so probably not worth, like, almost ever taking. Third turn wolves. Summon a wolf every third turn. This seems mostly okay, but it might be too difficult in the early game. Wolves have 6 hit points, so you end up in this like cycle where it can be hard to kill like one wolf before the next one shows up while dealing with other things, and it can kind of get out of hand. It can kind of push the fights when you have like heroes like Splint, which want short fights. Cultists kind of want short fights, but they're really good at creating short fights as well. Maybe Cultist lets us take this because they help us clear fights pretty fast with their good mana generation and like efficient spell. Expensive spells. Spells cost +1 mana. I don't really like that. I'm not a fan of a lot of the ones that make casting spells harder, unless you can take more than one of them, although I think they're intentionally not offered together for that. Well, no matter what, we have to take one of these 3. Let's see what else we have here. Armor. At the start of the first turn, shield 1 to all enemies. Bottom poison, or bottom hero is poison for 2. Not a great one for the cultists. That means they're going to die a lot on the first turn if I don't heal them. Monster HP plus, all monsters get +1 hit points for every 6 base hit points, which would affect the wolf. Monster growth, all monsters add growth to all sides. This one can be pretty nasty with some of the boss fights. I had Basalt try to summon 4 slates once, which would have been game ending. It was actually saved by Wand of Wand, which made it single use when it was only on 3, and then they rolled the blank the following turn. Otherwise it would have been game ending. Imagine Basalt summoning 7 slates in 2 turns. Yeah, bad stuff. It's quite possible we rolled worse here. Although I like our starting squad, which I think helps us get through some of these. So I'm leaning towards... Man, I don't know. We get rid of Hero Exert. If we take third turn Wolves, I really don't want to take monster hit points with it, because then the Wolves have 7 hit points. Otherwise, I think this is a fairly reasonable one. And this also makes it take longer to kill all the enemies that start on the map, which makes the wolves more likely to appear. This feels like a pretty bad synergy. I think we always end up taking monster growth. And bottom poison just feels tough with cultist. Because I can't use my 3 or 4 sides without dying the first turn unless I also heal or block for them. I usually want the splint to be generating mana. We do probably usually get enough mana to maybe win on the first turn on all these floors, ideally, for a while. And so maybe we get better ways to deal with that. That feels a little tough with cultists in particular. Expensive spells or spells cost +1 mana. That makes cut pretty bad. Makes bandage pretty bad. Makes burst pretty bad. These guys generate good mana, but so they can kind of deal with that, but usually like the big advantage here is you can generate a lot of mana, so you can cast a lot of spells and then get through the fights. Armor turn 1 is another one that kind of slows things down a bit. It makes some floors that have like a lot of like illusions and stuff a little annoying when you want to like use AoE to kill a lot of stuff. Like for the first like 2/3 of the game, a lot of your AoE is only going to be like 1 damage, and that makes this kind of bad. But I think I have to take something like 3rd turn wolves, monster growth, armor, and I still have to take one of these, huh? I don't think we can do wolves and expensive spells. Otherwise, something like these 3 looks decent. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm not looking forward to this run already. Expensive spells mean burst costs 3. The benefit of these 2 is that you can cast like 2 to 3 bursts in a turn, which is a lot of damage. When burst costs 3, then you can only cast 1 to 2 in a turn. And then this you can also use to like finish out fights. I don't think I can take that. I feel like I want to take something like this. Actually, I don't mind bottom poison 2 that much. I just think it doesn't work with this starting setup. Now we have armor and monster HP, making the wolves harder to clear before the 3rd turn. I think this is what it has to be, though. I think the benefit is that at least early, we hopefully have enough DPS with cultists and Splint and everyone else that we can actually like manage these. Monster growth is another one that makes us want to finish fights quickly. So there's a lot of synergy just in finishing fights quickly, which I've 100% talked about this before. I don't know how much about in these like videos that people may have seen here, but a lot of the curses on Unfair in general make you want to finish fights quickly. You look at Sandstorm, Doom, like Mortal, like lots of stuff do that. So that's usually something I lean towards in general. But yeah, these definitely all put, at least Wolves and Monster Growth push you towards that. And then Monster HP and Armor make that harder. This is a Monster HP breakpoint I like. I don't like when it adds HP to 5 hit point monsters, because there are a lot of floors that have 5 hit point monsters that are kind of annoying. You got snakes, you got slates, and stuff like that. This will impact the wolves, which kind of sucks. It'll impact the quartzes, which is going to be a little annoying. All the high hit point things. Some stuff gets +2 if they have like 12 health. I think Berserkers might fall in there, or not Berserkers, what are those dudes called? Fanatics. barrel gets an extra hit point, which is kind of annoying in the fights that shows up in. It'll give Bramble or any of the bosses more hit points. Troll gets +2 hit points. I think I have to run with this though. Let's see, does ordering matter on this? I don't think it does. These do get applied in order, which does matter. Usually if you have two things that like affect a side. Like I think taking Hero Exert, then something else that replaces hero sides might affect that. I think this is what I'm rolling with though. So wolves, monster HP, growth, armor. I'm just thinking about it before I lock it in. I don't like it. But I think it's our best shot here. At least for me. I know a lot of people, everyone has different evaluations of the curses. I think Lost and Hoarder just don't do enough damage. Lost actually has some good damage to like clear out the wolves and stuff too. Because they have enough health where you can get to that minus half health. For Cruel to do twice damage. Gnolls will be kind of annoying with the wolves. They take a little bit longer to kill. Let's do it. We're locked in. Oh, that's not a good start. Don't kill my dudes. So to kill the... Can I kill the boar this turn? I need to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. When do you get to half health? At 4? So Lost can be a little efficient there. So I can do 4 damage to you, hit you with Lost, and then have to do 1 more damage. So I really just need 2 burst. Oh, but you're shielded. So this plus... Does this +2 burst get me there? So 1, 1, burst, burst, Lost, and then I need a 3rd burst. So Hoarder, burst 1, burst 2, Lost, and then cut. So I need 5 mana. This is 4 or 1 already, so I only need 4 more. I think re-rolling this gets me more mana on average, and then this definitely does. Oh, there's 5 mana right there. And the goblin flees when they're alone. Alright. That's what we have to do a lot of these fights, is win fast and early. That boar, of course, benefiting from monster HP. Alright, I'm going to be refreshing this a lot until I have all these curses we're dealing with seared into my brain. Let's take a look at our first hero pick. Berserker is good for ending some fights quickly. Bard generates more mana. Has some really strong burst blocking with his charge shield for our squad. I think Berserker is hard to pass up here. This is just a lot of front-loaded damage. Splint's heals actually works pretty well with this. I don't think I've seen them that much in 2.0. Like, since my stat reset, that's the first time I've seen them. So it'll be interesting to play with them, but I think they're going to be pretty good for this run. Okay, that's a bazillion mana. This would kill the Thorn if they didn't have a shield. The Thorn probably flees if I use this on them and then kill the two rats, which I think I can do. Because then you have 1 health, and that means if I have 10, they flee. If you have 10 times as much health as your enemies, they flee. I think that factors in the beginning of the following turn, which is after poison procs. I can already kill both rats, I think. Yes. And then this is range, so the benefit is this is range, so I don't take the spiky damage back, which makes it easier for me to have 5 hit points over them. Or more, 10 times their hit points, because I'm not taking that damage. I'll take that. And I think I just shield for the splint here. And we look for something good on the Berserker. It's not... Actually, that was a pretty good side, because it just takes out the shields. So this guy should flee if I have 10 health at the start of next turn, so 3... Can I just kill them? No. I think we're good here. Cool. I wonder if they flee before the 3rd turn Wolves comes in. That's a really good question. I should figure that out. Probably gonna look into that. You know, we could probably do that in pace mode to test that at some point. If we see a good opportunity for that, which I'll probably forget and not do it, but I'm really curious about that. Actually, if anyone knows, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. All right. Wolf Ears, set max HP to 6. Compass, rotate sides clockwise around the middle side. Wolf Ears is actually kind of awesome against Unlost, isn't it? Even decent on Cultists, just to give you a little bit more leeway. This only gives us a benefit while we have them as like tier 1 heroes, but that feels pretty good here for tier 1. Compass is... This makes some items surprisingly good, I think, as a synergy, but it does nothing for us now. It just changes what faces your sides are on. I think I need stuff that helps us now. Doubling lost hit points feels pretty good. I think it's also pretty good on Splint and Cultist. Especially when we're fighting a Crone, which when we kill them, they do 2 damage to the loss. So this is a really good fight for that, even. Okay, Berserker's taking a bunch of damage here. But we're net positive we just kill the Null with this. Which, unfortunately, the Null has armor, so this doesn't kill them outright. So I need to do 1 damage to the Null somehow. Which this could do, but I'm going to roll for something else. I think we could do better than that. That's a pretty good shield for turn 1. So we roll all these. This dodges enemy attacks and effects, so I don't think I can dodge the cut damage to an ally. Otherwise that would be nice. Tempted to keep this. I can just heal the Berserker or the Cultist with it. How close am I to just winning on turn 1 here? The Crone benefiting from our monster HP curse, unfortunately. So I need to do damage to you, and then Berserker on you to kill you. And then I need to do 8 damage to the crone. So I sort of have... Right now this costs like a burst in this, probably. So right now I have 2 damage onto you. I need to find 6 more. Which is either the Lost rolling this 2 damage side, and you rolling a 2 damage side. I guess 3 here is 4. Yeah, we're gonna reroll both of these. Let's look for that turn 1 kill. Okay, we didn't quite get it. Actually, well, I could have re-rolled for 6 damage on you. I don't think we want to do that though. This is pretty good for this turn. We don't want to block here. It just depends who we want to have more health starting the next turn, which I think will be the cultist. And I think... I guess I have the Lost shoot you, because everything else is kind of going to be equal if we're not killing both of you this turn. And that poison might end up doing more damage to you. Oh, that's interesting. How the armor interacts with this guy, or the shield interacts with this guy's armor. So I did 1 damage to the shield, and then 1 damage passed through to this guy, but the armor deflected it. I don't think there's any reason to use burst here. This guy's not gonna flee. Will they? They'll be down to 4 health. I don't have 40 there. Oh, I should have used cut, probably. I should have used cut. So you have 6 health. This is already lethal, right? Cool. Alright, our first boss. That wolf might show up here. This could be a tough fight. And this guy has growth. Like I said, we want to end fights early, and Troll is a guy where the fights tend to go on for a while. So this is going to be a really challenging floor, I think. Oh, I love both of these. The juggler just does like good damage, and they're pretty good for clearing out like some of the shields on turn 1. I guess with the shields on turn 1, you do want to do targeted damage sometimes, because leaving a shield on an enemy that goes away the next turn is kind of like dealing damage just by waiting. I think I take Vampire here. You just like do pretty good DPS all around. They have a big heal, which works well with the Cultist and the Berserker. And then they do a lot of damage compared to a lot of the other reds. But there's a lot of oranges that do damage. So I think we can make this work like that. We just take the Vampire. I like them a lot. I'll leave this on Lost. Although Cultist is a pretty strong contender for that in a longer fight like this. Poison feels pretty good against the Troll. Especially because I'm not going to get Cruel on them this turn. This will do a few extra points of damage throughout the fight. Although, can I end this before turn 2? Or before turn 3? Might be tough. I think this will be good regardless. I'll take the damage. This shield And it doesn't really do anything, because everyone blocks for 1. The benefit of this was that it blocks for 2 sometimes. We're gonna reroll that. Yeah, this shield's pretty good. It blocks everyone for 1. It's easier than a cleave attack. I'll take the 3 damage. For some mana here. Part of me wants to block the cultist for mana, but I play cut here. I think cut on the vampire sounds pretty good. Yo, you're not growth poison. Unlucky for them to roll 2. First of all, their nasty side twice in a row on the same heroes. Oh my gosh. I think we might be able to kill them this turn though, especially with this. So if I get you down to 8 health, this is 4 damage, which we should be able to do. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we won already. Oof. All right. This is tough. If we didn't survive that turn, we surely probably would have lost. Because we wouldn't have been able to keep these 3 alive and the wolf would have entered next turn. These curses are intense right now. Our squad's pretty good. I think we've done fortunate on our initial roll and our promotions here. Which was part of the factor, because our first, before we rerolled my start, the starting squad we had wasn't that great. Snake and Slimer. It's an interesting floor. It doesn't look like a familiar one to me. I wonder how common it is, or if I'm just forgetful. Okay. Add a right to the top side, +1 for each unused ally. They skip this turn. That could be pretty big on the lost. You roll this and get a huge cruel side. Basically does 2 damage for every ally we skip, which actually isn't that great in this squad. Most of our allies are going to do 2 damage in a turn. And that's only when they're below half health. Yeah, it doesn't feel great. This gets probably really strong later, when you have some stronger sides. Statuette, replace the middle row with blank. It's just throwing. That is just throwing. It's almost like okay on vampire, but I like how when she doesn't roll these, like, she does other stuff. I'm gonna take a random tier 2 here. Curse Bolt. After a spell is cast, 1 self-damage, but adds +1 to the 2 right sides. Casts a lot of spells, which makes this a little awkward. That's too much pain for you. I don't think you have enough health to hold this. Guess you can block for yourself. I don't think we have any heroes at this. I think this is going to be pretty good in the long run. I don't think I can use it yet, though. I think that could be pretty good later, though. I don't mind pulling that. I would like something that's useful now, but I'll take it. I have 5 here, which is like 6 damage. That kills the snake if I just want to target the snake this turn. Which means I don't have to decide whether I want to keep this for poison. Not that I know I'm going to kill the snake this turn. Okay, that's big damage. That's big damage. Maybe we kill the Slimer this turn? We might be able to kill everything this turn already. just rolled the same thing again. Because we're looking at... what? Not quite there to get a big hit on this. 'Cause you're not cruel yet. This poison would suck if I didn't have the wolf ears on the Lost. Pretty clutch pickup there. I think I might kill the Slimer, because that gives me the huge value on this side. Because this isn't going to do more than 2 damage against the snake. So let's focus the Slimer first. I guess the vampire uses that. I guess it can only do 3 damage to the Slimer. But that's still more value. So cut basically only does 1 damage if I play it right now. Which actually puts the snake at a pretty good break point. It might be worth it. Do something like this. And try to win next turn. I'm good with that. That's a bit of a risky play. It's another one where... damn, we rolled poorly against the Slimelets here. We might already have lethal though. Yeah, we do. Okay. This is going, ooh, I don't want to jinx myself. I was going to say it's going reasonably well so far. If we can overkill a goblin with Berserker or Lost here, I think the bandit flees and then the goblin flees. That's their effects. We're quite capable of that. What do we have here? The ninja and the warden. So the ninja... I like the ninja because they have this W side. So they can do flat 4 damage when we roll that. And then these copycat sides work pretty well on our team right now. Because we have Cleave, which we're usually not looking for on the Berserker. But we have Cleave here, W's here, Engage, Mana Gain, Self-Heal, Self-Heal. Although we're not looking for those on the Cultist usually either. I think the Ninja feels pretty good here. We want DPS to end fights fast. I think the Ninja does give that to us. So Wolf Ears does nothing on you. Is this better on the Cultist? Actually, does it let me... I forgot about the Bolt. Who else was I just offered? The Warden? No, I don't think I put the Bolt on the Warden. I don't think we care about getting +1. I mean, +1 engage is decent, but it's only for a turn. I don't think this this thing works for us yet. I'd rather have 1 more health on the Cultist, honestly. Okay, so we want to try and overkill a goblin. Okay, this... Do we already have it? Heck yeah! Let's go! I don't want to be too overconfident, but... this is going better than I thought it would so far. Okay. Well, we're dealing with a Jinx here, who's benefiting from monster HP, and these illusions are really annoying with the armor. Oh, this guy is brutal with the growth, too, if they roll their sides. The This guy sucks with like all of our curses, and then they're giving our cultists the bottom poison too that we passed up. Jinxes just add a curse to you as well while they're alive. Rejuvenation wand. Place the top and bottom sides with heal 10 single use. I don't think I would put that on anyone. We have the urn, add enduring to the middle side. So if we have a middle side replacer, this thing can get intriguing because it transfers your original side's keywords to the new one. I don't have anything that replaces the middle side. And I feel like those are somewhat rare. Maybe there's one in like every tier. Maybe there's a decent chance, but it feels a little too speculative. I think we take the random here. I'm looking for value now. So we get the Power Stone. Gray Heroes only. Replace the left side with +0 mana and Steel. The way I usually look at this is you can just put Burst if you roll this to block this guy, and you kind of get free mana from it. I guess if you have other ways of blocking this guy, like cleave block and stuff, it works. Is that better than Repel? Probably not in this fight. It's kind of decent overall. Nothing amazing, nothing I'm too excited about. I gotta keep Repel here because that might help us kill an illusion on turn 1. Hell no, I'm not rerolling the class of the vampire. By the way, if anyone knows, does this just randomly give you a new class, or do you get to pick from 2? I'm very curious because I've never taken this before. We're keeping that vamp though. Cleave, then Copycat Cleave kills both illusions, which feels pretty good start here. Although they're both just weakening the ninja. Although this next turn would be pretty big. I think killing both illusions feels pretty good here. Then we just got to figure out how to deal with the Jinx. We got Cleave here as well. Damn, you rolling Repel is actually another Cleave to everyone. I'd rather have that and then the Berserker roll a big damage side, but I think re-rolling you is too unreliable. And I kind of like your Cleave Shield's pretty good here since they're damaging everyone. Can I afford to roll more mana on you right now? We're gonna block 1 here. I feel like I just have to take this. Am I gonna be able to kill the Jinx next turn? Maybe I do need to try to burst on the Jinx and then deal with the illusions later. Killing the Jinx means my cultist saves 2 health, which helps me do stuff with them. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna try and kill the Jinx quickly here. I need to do 10 damage to you. How feasible is that? I can do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I need like 1 damage from the ninja or something. Yeah, I don't know. It's a little risky, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, I probably should have rolled this for the repel. And this is a really bad roll. Actually, This is okay here, because it basically eliminates the illusions here. I don't like how slow this is. But it means our ninja gets a good turn next turn, which they weren't going to get now, so I think it's better for us to waste, or not get damage this turn and use this. That feels pretty good. And you rolled the cleave anyways. Oh man, these are terrible, 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 terrible rolls. I completely whiffed here, and it's a problem. It is a big problem. Repel looks pretty good. It's more block for the cultist. Do I need this to heal the cultist? So otherwise they're a bit limited in what they can actually roll without dying. I guess if I block them with Repel, I can roll up to the 3. That's pretty good. I get you to roll damage. Or mana gen. Copycat does nothing for us currently. So we're gonna re-roll that. So you have 6 health, so I kill you with these 2. Actually, I kill you with this, this, and this. Okay, I think we have lethal already. Oof. These are some tough floors. Very different, like, gameplay from our last run with the shimmering monsters. I'd say it's pretty similar in the challenge, but it's like a completely different puzzle every floor, which is really interesting. Which is one of the things I love about this game, especially since 2.0 is just so much variety, so much fun. I'm getting increasingly concerned. This is a site where a level where we're probably going to see a wolf. I don't know, we've been pretty good at doing a lot of damage and clearing things, so there's no way we do enough damage to get through this whole fight, though. So we might see a wolf here. Hopefully we get a really good hero promotion. But I'm gonna stop this here for now. This was a pretty good start, and then we're gonna pick up here fighting the Slime Queen, which I think could be a very challenging one. The Slimers get the HP bonus. Yeah, that's a tough one. So we'll see how we do there. I do like my squad a lot, so I have confidence in it, but this could be a rough one. But we'll wait and see how that goes. So I'll stop this here, and we'll pick this up next time. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check out the links in the description below, you can find my Slice and Dice dice probability reference table. You can find my Patreon if you want to support me in the channel here. You can find the Discord community. You can find my Twitter and all that a bunch of other stuff. So feel free to give that a look. But I am out for now, so thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one. Take it easy, everyone.